Greetings to all viewers. This is Professor Ankit Singh. We'll now start with the next type of survey conducted for traffic analysis, which is parking survey and analysis. Okay, so parking studies are also important for designing a good traffic system in a area. Okay, so first let us have a look at the objectives of parking studies. So why do we need to conduct these studies? In order to provide recommendations for the development of a parking program which meets the requirement of an area. Okay, so for the development of an area, okay, if we plan to develop a certain area, then we need to provide good transportation facilities first hand. Okay, so for that we need to have a study for the parking requirements of that area. Okay, so that is one of the objectives. To check the availability of parking spaces, extent of its usage and parking demand. Okay, now for a already developed area or a area which we need to improve on, okay, there are certain facilities which have already been provided, so we need to conduct a feasibility check. For that we need to find out what are the available number of parking spaces, what is the extent of its usage, or what is the efficiency of those parking spaces, and what is the parking demand. Okay, to analyze the supply and type of parking facilities required. Okay, so if we need to provide new parking facilities in that locality, for that also we need to conduct parking survey to assess the how and for what purpose the parking facilities are used. Okay, and to estimate the demand for parking spaces. Okay, so basically parking studies may be conducted for developed cities in order to find out the efficiency of the available parking spaces, and also they can be conducted for areas which need development. Okay, if we plan to provide good parking facilities in that area, there also we need to conduct parking studies. Now there are a few terms and definitions which we need to understand. Okay, first one is space hour. Space hour is nothing but one parking space for 1 hour. Okay, so the parking space of one vehicle for a period of 1 hour is called space hour. Okay, so this space hour can be used as a unit. Next, parking accumulation, the total number of vehicles parked at a given time. Okay, next, parking volume, the total number of vehicles parking in a particular area over a given period of time, and it is expressed as vehicles per day. Okay, so the total number of vehicles which have been parked in that area for a given period of time. Now this period of time can vary from 1 hour to 24 hours. Okay, since we take this for units, as we can take it as vehicles per day, so the period of time can vary. Practical capacity of parking, this is nothing but the number of vehicles that can be parked in a given time with consideration of time for parking and unparking maneuvers. Normally the practical capacity will always be less than the available or actual capacity. Now this is true. Okay, so what is practical capacity? The total number of vehicles that can be parked in that given time in the already existing parkings of that area. Okay, and here what we do is we need to consider the time for parking and unparking maneuvers. And it is also obvious that this practical capacity will always be less than the actual capacity of that parking space. Okay, because ideal conditions do not exist, and hence this practical capacity will always be less as compared to the designed capacity or the ideal actual capacity or the available capacity. The next term is parking turnover. The average number of times that a parking space is used by different vehicles during a given period of time, okay, is nothing but the turnover. Okay, so the number of times that a parking space is being used by different vehicles for some period of time. That period of time might be 1 hour or 2 hours or anything. Okay, so it is given by a formula: turnover is equal to number of vehicles divided by number of spaces per given period of time. Next, parking duration. The average amount of time spent in parking space. Okay, this is a measure of the frequency of availability of parking spaces. Okay, so the number of vehicles that can park in a given area can be given by a formula. We have a formula: number of spaces in hour or number of space hours, okay, divided by average parking duration into 0.85. Next, parking index. It is defined as the number of vehicles parked in a given area and time divided by the number of parking spaces available, expressed as a percentage. Okay, so the actual number of vehicles that have been parked in that area in a given time divided by the spaces that are available into 100, we'll get a percentage over here. So the formula is the formula which we can use to find out parking index is number of vehicles occupied parking spaces divided by actual number of parking spaces available into 100. Now, once we have this data of the number of vehicles parked, then we can find out the peak parking time. Okay, so if we plot the number of vehicles parked along the y-axis and the time of the day in the x-axis, then we would get this bell type of a curve, and here, taking a certain period of time, we can decide that the peak point where the parking time would be maximum. Okay, and the area covered here would be nothing but the parking load. Now, there are a few studies which might be conducted during the conduction of parking surveys, which are parking space inventory. In parking space inventory, what we do is we survey the whole area and find out what are the provisions that have been provided with respect to parking, what are the existing provisions, okay, in that area. Parking space, or sorry, parking usage survey by patrol. Okay, by patrol is a surveyor would go along the roads and he would survey the number of vehicles which have been parked and what is the time, the duration, and the number of spaces which are empty. All these things he will be surveying by walk. Okay, third type is questionnaire type parking usage survey, wherein the surveyor would have a questionnaire with him, a set of questions that he will ask the road users and gather parking data. And the final type is the cordon count, in which the surveyors would be placed at the cordon lines from wherein they would collect data regarding the parking of vehicles on the roads of that study area. Okay, so this is all for parking space or parking survey. Now I'll start with the next topic in my next class. Thank you.